Assalamu alaikum. This is Pasha, the author of the Double Cross. I had hoped to take a break from addressing the drudgery of loss. This seems to be a never-ending thing. A few weeks ago, one of our brothers was choked to death by a white passenger on the train. The brother, not altogether mentally, was choked by this random white passenger for 15 minutes, while passengers of all ethnic groups stood by and watched this brother's life leave his body. Not one of them said, "Hey, that's enough. Hey, we will pull him off the train at the next stop." Or, "Yo, you're killing him." No one attempted to aid the brother and pull the white Rambo. They all stood there. Disgusting thing for me was that once again, they were backs at the scene, both men and women, and they done nothing. Not one value the black life being choked out of this brother, not even those that share in his experiences. Now, did you know the process that someone has to go through before it affects their mind? How many times his brother was shit on before he couldn't take it anymore, until his ability to reason left him? Everything around him became senseless. He didn't start off that way. He wasn't born that way. Looking at him, you can see homelessness. You can see sleepless nights, fear, rejection. But guess what? He wasn't in prison. He wasn't robbing people in his community. He wasn't selling drugs. So what does that tell you? It tells you that even without what we term the normal process, he still had a moral compass, and his life was worth saving. Let me take you back. One of the reasons why I continue to touch on the past, our history, is because we are unknowingly affected by it in many ways that we are not even aware of. During our slavery experience, we were made to watch the white man implement his discipline upon us by tying us to trees and whipping us until you could see the white meat, of cutting off a leg or a hand from running away or taking food we were not permitted to eat. All of this was done for one reason: to create fear. The blood of our ancestors still lives inside us, and with it, or within it, lives the fear of the white man that they experienced. This has to be erased. We have seen this thousands of times and have not recognized it. Not knowing is what has kept us back from reacting to the murder of one of our family members with the direct force needed to put an end to the bully. When George Floyd was smothered, black men and women stood there and watched for 9 minutes as his life was suffocated out of him. "Oh man, get off of him. Yo, you don't need to do all that." That's what they said. But not one of them took action. Not one of them ran up on the white man in authority. Why? Because they did not want to go to jail. Because they did not want to be punished also. Now, what is that in comparison to saving George's life? But the fear inside of them did not allow them to act. The one young sister that was there, that witnessed it and testified at the murder trial, stated that she wanted to apologize to George Floyd for not doing more to save his life. Her saying that brought tears to my eyes because I knew at that moment that she got it. That she knew fear had held her back. I have a photo that was taken during the George Floyd protest in LA of my daughter, Pasha Davenport. She is standing right in front in the police face with her right fist in the air, shouting in their faces as the LAPD are standing there with their clubs and shields in formation. What's crazy is that the black men were behind my daughter and the other women. Seeing that, I asked my daughter not to do that again until I am there, because I fear that she would not be protected as she should be by our men. A large portion of them are cowardly when it comes to facing the white man. If this was not the case, the murder of black men by white men would have been over with decades ago. We can go all the way back to Harriet Tubman. She took thousands of our people to freedom. But not Jimbo. Jimbo was too afraid. And when looking forward, we see the father of Trayvon Martin. He was also afraid. And all of his male family members, his brothers, his uncles, nephews, cousins, all of them, after the murder of Trayvon, done absolutely nothing. Then, after being found not guilty and going free, this same corny white man had the nerve to auction off the gun that he murdered Trayvon with on eBay. And Mr. Martin still done nothing. This is why Trayvon's father and all the males in his immediate family will forever be hoes to me. Because as a father, as a husband, there is no way that I would allow anyone to murder my child, then brag about it, then auction off the gun that he killed my child with and live. No way. I cannot look at the woman that carried that life inside her, then brought it into the world and gave it to me in her face if I was to do so. I would rather see her in the prison visiting room for 20 years charged with murder than to see her for 20 years free around our home, knowing her secret thoughts of how cowardly and weak I was to allow this arrogant white man to get away with destroying the life we created and brought into the world. You attacked Trayvon on his way home, minding his own business. He kicked your ass, and you shot and killed him. There is no way you live. Trayvon's father could have set a great example for our nation to follow. Instead, his non-action has created the reverse. Just look at all the young black men that have been murdered in the streets by white men since Trayvon's death. And look at how the fathers, the brothers, the uncles, all of those killed responded. Their family members, how all of those that were killed, family members responded to the killing of their loved one. It reflects the non-action of Trayvon's father and so many other cowards with great voices. No justice, no peace. This is the double cross. Assalamu alaikum.